Okay, so you've been thinking about life insurance.
Right?
$1 million policy.
Yeah.
You hear that it's kind of like the gold standard. Like you
Ah.
get $1 million.
Yeah.
That's going to be enough to take care of everything.
Sure.
But is it?
That's the question.
And that's what we're going to dive into today.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to want to get a notepad for this one.
Yeah, this is a good one to take some notes on.
This is about way more than just a number.
It is.
This is about building a real safety net for your family.
Exactly right. $1 million sounds like a lot of money.
It does.
And it is a lot of money.
Right.
But you're smart to be questioning whether or not that's going to be enough.
Yeah, because it's kind of like assuming that everybody needs the same size shoe.
Right.
Exactly. So, what makes this such a tricky question?
Well, I think it's the fact that most people think about $1 million as though it were sort of this magical, ever-flowing pot of money. Right.
And in reality, it is a finite resource that has to stretch across a lot of different needs.
Okay, so let's ditch that one-size-fits-all myth.
Yeah.
How do we actually figure out if it's enough for, a typical family?
Well, let's imagine a hypothetical person.
Okay.
Let's call him David.
All right, David.
David's 40 years old.
Okay.
He's got 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a mortgage.
Probably.
Maybe some car loans.
Right.
And dreams of sending his kids to college.
Okay. Relatable.
Yeah, super relatable.
Yeah.
So sadly, if something were to happen to David,
mm-hmm.
that $1 million has to cover a lot of ground.
Right. Like his family still has to live.
Right. They still have to pay for the groceries and the heat and all that stuff.
Yeah. Where do we even begin to break that down?
Well, you've got the big ones.
Yeah.
You got the mortgage.
Sure.
Let's say that's $400,000.
Okay.
And then maybe he's got another $100,000 in debts.
Car loans, whatever.
Sure.
And then let's say another $200,000 to get those 2 kids through college.
Wow.
So suddenly we're at $700,000.
Oh, yeah.
And that's before we've even thought about replacing David's income.
Right.
So
that leaves $300,000.
Right. And that $300,000 has to last who knows how many years.
Yeah. And like you were saying, that's got to cover everything.
Could cover everything.
Groceries, bills, like all that.
Right.
Life, basically.
Life.
Yeah.
Right. And don't forget about inflation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, even at a very modest 3% a year, that $300,000 is going to lose about 1/3 of its buying power in just 10 years.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. A lot of people don't factor in inflation.
They don't.
And it really does.
It's like having holes in your pockets.
Exactly.
So, but wait.
Yeah.
We're also forgetting something else here.
What's that?
David's salary.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, we're talking about income replacement.
Yes.
And that's a huge one. So if David was making, let's say, $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
That $300,000 would only last 3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Okay, so like $1 million might sound like a lot.
Yeah.
But it really is more like a starting point.
Yeah, I think so.
So what else should people be thinking about when they're trying to figure out, how much life insurance to get?
Well, I think a big one is thinking about your family's lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want them to be able to maintain a similar standard of living?
Mm-hmm.
There's also potential future healthcare needs for your spouse or your children, things like that.
Right.
These things add up quickly.
Yeah, it's like you're building this financial roadmap.
You are.
For your family.
That's a great way to put it.
In case you're not there to guide them anymore.
Exactly.
It's not just about like paying off the house and the debt.
Right.
It's about making sure that their future is okay.
It really is. And, another thing to keep in mind is that there are different types of life insurance.
Oh, that's right.
So you have term life insurance, which is, covers you for a specific period of time. And then there's a whole life insurance.
Okay.
Which provides lifelong coverage and can even build cash value.
Right.
So
yeah, where do we even go from here?
Right.
Like, how do we make sense of all this?
Well, I think the first step is to ask yourself some really key questions.
Okay.
How many years of income replacement would your family need?
Mm-hmm.
What debts do you need to cover?
Right.
Future goals. Are there college funds you need to think about?
Right.
What kind of lifestyle do you want to protect?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the next step is to talk to an insurance professional
Yeah.
Because they can really help you navigate all these different factors and make sure that you're getting the right coverage.
It really sounds like this is a super personal process.
It is.
It's not just, one size fits all.
Absolutely not, no. And I would really encourage people to not just settle on a number because it sounds impressive.
Yeah.
You really want to take the time to figure out what's really going to provide peace of mind for you and your loved ones.
Yeah, and to think about the legacy that you want to leave behind.
Exactly.
That's a really great point.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about the money.
Right.
It's about
taking care of the people that you love.
Exactly.
Yeah, so before you go, assuming that $1 million is enough, you really need to do a deep dive into your own finances.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there are resources out there.
There are.
Like Diversified Insurance Brokers.
Yes.
They can help you every step of the way.
Exactly.
That's a wrap on this deep dive.
Great.
Hopefully you're walking away feeling empowered and informed and ready to make the best choice for your family's future.
Awesome. I hope so.